quests are ruining you. Quests are ruining you. You're like, what? How can you quest? That's like the backbone of D&D, right? But it's also the backbone of video games.
Quests are not one of the 3 pillars.
It's a hidden one. The insidious, hidden dark pillar.
Behind trust, there's quests. The 5th pillar.
If you play video games, this is why you have a general feeling of being lost while playing D&D sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. We all get that feeling, some more than others. You know who you are. Because in video games, quests and objectives are present with clear markers, clear waypoints, and the objectives have clear descriptions on them.
Tell that to Mankirk's wife.
Right. That was back in the old days.
The old days, sorry. Classic, baby.
Mankirk, I know where your wife is. But that's what it is, right? All the video games, like all of them now, are like, here's the next step. This is where we're going to go. This is what you need to do. Talk to this person.
Click the quest. We're going to highlight on the map where you have to go.
Players rarely have to think and decide for themselves which is the right path.
Yeah.
Right? Because in a video game, all the paths are the right paths. And we've all come to expect and depend on this sort of level of clarity, right? That we've been trained by the video games to want. Because your next steps are always clearly outlined. Always.
Interesting.
Right? You don't need to think about anything anymore. D&D shouldn't be like this, though. It can be, because we're trained we're trapped in this sort of cage of thought, right, from video games. But D&D doesn't have to be. Right? The narratives are more open-ended, and they should be driven by player choices, right? The possible solutions to any of the problems in D&D are nigh uncountable. Both DMs and players have sort of a mindset, I think, where the DM creates and gives quests to the players for the player to deal with, just like in a video game. And I think it should kind of be the opposite. The players should create their own objectives and then present those objectives to the DM for the DM to deal with. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm looking for. So you need to go and build it for me.
Shout out episode 41.
Right, if it's not there, right?
And the campaign,
right? And this is a big paradigm shift from both DMs and players, because I know you have thought about that, seen it this way, and so have I, right? Where, what's my next quest? DM, you tell me.
Yeah.
Quest helper / DM, right? Quest giver, when it should be the players creating their own quests. Because remember, the DM's role really is the role of a servant. Hold the majority.
To serve. I don't know about servant, but yes.
A person who serves.
I ain't owned by nobody.
Right. The players in that power dynamic hold the majority of the real power in a D&D dynamic.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't at first seem like it is, definitely the players hold the majority of the power there, right? So it should be the players, I think, responsibility to build their own quests and give it to the DM. Like, this is what I'm doing. You deal with that and you come back to me and I'll execute it. And whatever happens, what happens, and we'll figure out another.
Or execute it.
Right? The next step of that quest line. But I get to decide as a player. It's our responsibility as players to go and create our own quest lines. They're not quests, right? Thinking about them as quests ruins us. Just think about what I want to do. And that's it. What's my objective? It's not a quest that someone gives me, right? It's something that I put in the world as a player.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, the king says, I need you to go and save the princess from the dragon. It should still be the player's responsibility to create that path for themselves or not. I choose to create this quest or not. Or I can go and just make friends with the dragon and F the king. Or F is the king's donkey and have like a...
Excuse me?
Have like an army of half donkey, half dragons.
F your donkeys.